Hello, it's Foreign News O'Clock on Allnews Nigeria. I am Okwemi Olugbemi. Here are the headlines for today. Trump's social media accounts reinstated ahead of 2024 elections. BRIT arrested for helping Putin's oligarch evade sanctions. Amazon workers embark on strike. Now the news in details. Meta has announced it will be ending its 2-year suspension of Donald Trump's accounts. According to the social media giant, the suspension will end in the coming weeks. In a statement, Nick Clegg, Meta's president of global affairs, said the public should be able to hear what their politicians are saying. The former US president was indefinitely suspended from Facebook and Instagram after the Capitol riot in 2021. The firm had taken action following Mr. Trump's praise for people engaged in violence at the Capitol. Nick Clegg mentioned that a review had found that Donald Trump's account no longer represented a serious risk to public safety. But because of Trump's past violations, he would now face heightened penalties for repeat offenses. Republicans have been pressing for Mr. Trump to be allowed back on Facebook as he prepares to run for the presidency again next year. Responding to development, Trump posted on his own social media company, Truth Social, on Wednesday, January 25, saying that Facebook had lost billions after banning, quote-unquote, your favorite president, me. News of Mr. Trump's reinstatement was quickly criticized by Democrats and some activist organizations who expressed concern that the former president could again use the platform to repeat false claims that he won the 2020 election. Derek Johnson, the president of the NAACP, a civil rights organization, told the Associated Press that he sees the move as a grave mistake that is a prime example of putting profit above people's safety. Twitter had also banned the former president following 6 January 2021 US Capitol riot, saying he had broken his rules on the glorification of violence. But in November 2022, Twitter's owner Elon Musk said Mr. Trump's account ban had been lifted after running a poll in which users narrowly backed the move. Donald Trump, however, is yet to make a comeback on Twitter. In other news, a British man who is wanted by the US authorities for allegedly helping a Russian oligarch evade sanctions relating to his $90 million super yacht has been arrested in Spain. The Briton, named by the US Department of Justice as Richard Masters, has been charged with facilitating a sanctions evasion and money laundering scheme involving Tango, a 255-feet luxury yacht belonging to Viktor Vekselberg, a Russian oligarch under US sanctions who is an associate of Vladimir Putin. Another businessman, Vladislav Osipov, a Russian national, has also been charged in the US but remains at large. Vekselberg, the founder of a Russian energy conglomerate, has been the target of US sanctions since 2018. The US imposed sanctions on Mr. Vekselberg in April 2018 following Russia's annexation of Crimea, with Washington strengthening the measures in March 2022 following Mr. Putin's invasion of Ukraine. The United Kingdom, Australia and Poland also joined Washington in March in seizing Mr. Vekselberg's assets and imposing travel bans, with the Dutch seizing Tango in Spain the next month. The department alleged that Mr. Masters ran a yacht company in Palma de Mallorca, Spain, which he used to manage Tango after initial sanctions were imposed in 2018. It claimed Richard Masters and Osipov used US firms and the American financial system to mask Mr. Vekselberg's involvement with the vessel. Mr. Osipov was said to have used a complex structure of shell companies to hide ownership. Mr. Masters allegedly devised a scheme that involved calling the yacht the Fanta, hiding them from banks the hundreds of thousands of pounds in US currency payments, ultimately to Mr. Vekselberg's benefit. Lastly, Amazon's workers on Wednesday, January 25, staged their first ever strike in the United Kingdom at the tech giant's warehouse in Coventry, central London. Hundreds of Amazon workers are on strike in Britain. The walkout marks the first formal industrial action in the country for the US tech giant. The 24-hour strike action began Wednesday, a minute after midnight. Strikers picketed outside the company's site in Coventry in central England throughout the day. Staff say they are unhappy with a below-inflation pay increase and tough working conditions. They also want better working conditions. Amazon workers have raised concerns about long working hours, high injury rates, and the unrelenting pace of work, as well as aggressive tech-enhanced monitoring of employees.
Because we're working like robots, so of course. We're working 10 hours a day. We're standing in one station for 10 hours. That's why we believe £10.50 is not good enough for us, so we are asking to get at least over £12 an hour.
We've had ambulances go to site for heart attacks, breathing. We've had things fall on people. There's just, loads of injuries. They sort of work them until they're worn out and then replace them. That's the kind of thing that they follow, really.
Wednesday's action in the United Kingdom comes as Amazon is laying off thousands worldwide. The company began laying off 18,000 workers last week in an attempt to dial back some of the expansion it undertook during the COVID-19 period and brace for a possible recession in 2023. Earlier this month, Amazon launched a consultation to close down 3 of its UK sites, where it employs a combined 1,200 people. The move is not part of Amazon's 18,000 job cuts, according to the firm. Amazon has long been criticized for labor shortcomings, with the company often accused of poor working conditions in its warehouses and delivery operations and squashing attempts from employees to unionize. In April, staff at the company's Staten Island warehouse in New York became the first group in the United States to vote in favor of joining a union. Amazon has previously said its employees have the right to join or not join a union, but that it doesn't believe unions are the best choice for its workers. And that's it on the news. To keep up with All News Nigeria, kindly follow us on all social media platforms displayed on the screen. Stay tuned on our channel for more updates. I am Opeyemi Oluveni.